Hey YouTube, welcome back to another Hack and Plays video, and today we are going to be looking at the Voyage of the Four Seas tier lists. So, some things have changed from the last tier list. Now that we've got Yamato actually out and she is tested, she is very, very much in the meta. I mean, I would argue between her, Garp, and Marco as some of the best units in the game. Her damage is absolutely ridiculous, and people that have built her know just how beautiful she is in terms of damage. I mean, and looks, let's be real. So, the current tier list for September, or at least approaching the end of September, whenever they, decide to add new characters, is this. So, we have Garp at the top, who he's just such a huge force. I don't think anyone's ever going to be able to change him. And then you've got Yamato, who I would say is very much pivotal. Now, I appreciate she can only be gotten in these limited pulls, and therefore you can't get her she's not as accessible, per se. But damn, is she good. She is so good. She's so much better than we even thought she was. Marco, 100%. I've seen some disgusting Marco gameplay. If you haven't, go check out some of the streams. We have Marco versus Zoro, Marco versus, other characters, and he's just fantastic 1v1. Of course, Ivankov. I would probably, my 5-man team would probably be Garp, Yamato, Ivankov, Marco, and Kaido. Then you've got Big Mom. I'm going to switch these two around, and you've got Whitebeard. I'm starting to think Big Mom could probably drop into the S, and Whitebeard can probably drop into the S. I think he's so accessible early in the game, which is what keeps him meta. Because he's so accessible, it keeps him meta. But the truth is, in terms of damage and in terms of output, I actually don't like Whitebeard anymore, and I think he drops into the S tier over the meta tier. But I appreciate that the meta is sort of reserved for characters you can also get. And Kaido is considerably better than Big Mom. We've done a couple of tests with him, and Kaido is absolutely nasty. He literally has Crocodile's ability, added in with already how tanky he is. He is phenomenal. Going down the the S tier, we've not made many changes. I would say we've kept that pretty much the same from the last video. So feel free to go check that out as well if you want just an update on why these guys are S tier. We have added Enel. I had a lot of people message me why Enel wasn't in the A tier. We have got his sprite and we have added him into the A tier. One notable change is Vivi's moved up from C to B. I think Vivi is fantastic. We've done a couple of free-to-play runs, and Vivi has been a fantastic healer, and arguably one of the best healers in the game, for a free-to-play sort of easy access run. So absolutely fantastic unit. Not much has changed in the C other than, a couple, Vivi moves up. And the food section, absolutely the same. Pretty much avoid using these units. Actually, another unit that I would like to talk about, is he not here? Is Arlong. There he is. So we have him in food. I'm actually going to pop him into B. He's going to get a 2-tier upgrade. We've been using Arlong in our free-to-play run, and he is very usable. And on top of that, he is very good at usable as well. I appreciate if you have better units, and that's fair enough. But he is not bad at all. He really gets the job done. So another unit we're going to be moving up is Arlong into that B tier. Do not be upset if you get Arlong. He is pretty good. So, again, the team you want to build is, Garp, Marco, Eva. You want to try and go for a Kaido and a Yamato, but if you can't get the Kaido and the Yamato, look into the Whitebeard and the Big Mom. If you want to go for a more marine-heavy team, maybe you want to run something like the Zephyr, the Sengoku. You want to try and run Garp again as your big damage dealer, and you want to run 2 more marines. Could be a Fujitora, who is fantastic. Fujitora should be higher up on this list, but again, isn't as strong as Yamato, but is definitely worthy of the S tier. And your last marine can be any one of the admirals. I would say probably a Koji, but that is absolutely your choice. And another thing we've brought down is Boa. I do think her, in comparison to everyone else in the game, Boa's sort of general power has dropped. Not because the game's nerfed her, but just I think there are better units out there. So we have put Boa into the B tier. So yeah, just worth noting that there. This is going to be my new September tier list. I will look into October and tell you how the meta evolves. But for the most part, this is what the top tier players are going to be running. And ultimately, until a new character comes out, this is probably our teams. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Throw a like, throw a subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.